about January 1st at midnight is the look on the guy at Walmart's face when it's 12:01 and you're like, I want a fishing license.
Let's go. Do you really shoot the halibut once you get him close to the surface?
We just shoot the halibut every Thursday.
Fellas, get back in that current.
I love it.
I hate
That's
you.
all right.
I hate me too, but it's okay, Ryan.
Like a really fat branch, definitely.
Should we just fast forward to the part where I say, so you got skunked?
I have a question for you. So
You came to the right place, bud.
no, listen.
And we are back. Ooh. We are in the current tonight. This is Reality Outdoor Radio, where our mission is to get you outdoors by connecting you to the people, skills, and products that you can trust.
You can trust them.
Mm-hmm. Hey guys, I'm Bucky.
I'm Ryan. I'm Kyle.
I'm Steve.
And I am Will.
How about it, guys?
You know that, and I am Will. It's a little different every time. I like it.
Yeah.
I want to work on being more unique from week to week.
Yeah.
Or Monique.
Well, you should.
You could be Monique.
Or change your name.
I could try all of those things.
Yeah.
Or just say it a little different. You guys choose.
Hey guys, I don't know about you, but
unique up on them.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Do you know how to catch a tame one?
tame way.
You got it.
I think we've said this before. It's deja vu.
I feel like it.
If somebody could tell us what episode we did that on, season and episode, I'd be quite impressed. Neil Orange Peel?
Catfish met Deja Vu down on the islands there.
Roatan or?
Yeah, down in Roatan.
Gotcha. Guys, it's been a week. I would say I went up a few octaves.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, judging by your high pitch there, I think it's been
You know what
one.
though? Before we get started, hey Ryan. Yeah, Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about this month's
I love me some
sponsor?
me.
All right, here we go then. I'll tell you about this month's sponsor.
Tell me.
This month's episodes are brought to you in part by Protection First Class Outdoors. PFC lubes were designed and developed to protect and lubricate your firearms, your bows, your tree stands, heck, all your outdoor equipment.
What about fishing rods?
Absolutely fishing rods, Stevie. You know it.
No way.
You know it.
Even kniveses?
You can use it on all your knives, Bucky. The ones you made and the ones you bought. Guys, I'm telling you, this stuff was originally designed to use in automotive undercoatings. Now, it don't get more corrosive than that.
I heard that.
That's true.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah, buddy.
Does it leave a film or residue?
Absolutely not, Brian. No film, no residue. This stuff isn't going to harm the bluing on your firearms, any other kind of finish you got on any of your other outdoor products. This stuff is the ticket. And what? Now, wait.
I bet it freezes.
It does not freeze, Bucky.
What?
Oh.
But there's one more thing I got to tell you about. This stuff will also act as a cover scent.
You got
How
me.
many times you ever taken a well-protected and lubricated piece of equipment in the outdoors? It stinks, boys.
It
Yes,
stinks.
it does.
Not this stuff. They got the earth and the pine cover scent mixed right into the lubricant.
Wow.
They
Come
thought
on.
of
Can't beat it.
everything.
That's right, guys. Make sure you head on over to pfcoutdoors.com. Check out everything they got going on over there. Pick up some of that lube. It's the ticket. Love me that PFC.
Good guys over there at PFC Outdoors.
Yeah, they are.
Whole lot of lanolin.
I got a whole lot of land. Got a whole lot of land.
You need lube. Baby, I'm not fooling.
Wow. Now that we got that out of our system.
I want to keep going. That was
Yeah, we should do that.
Karaoke.
Yeah, keep going.
Something wrong, Stevie?
No, nothing's wrong at all. I'm just
got a whole lot of lube.
Stevie, we haven't heard from you for a little bit. What's been going on with you? bud?
nothing. Just not much at all of anything.
Did you get everything locked down?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Totally.
Awesome.
Everything's totally locked
How
down.
about you, Kyle? You got stuff.
You got things locked down? No,
Oh, yeah, totally. Yep.
It's been windy lately.
This. What the?
What's that?
Hold on
Who's
a sec.
that?
We got
No
a
phones
caller.
at the table, Stevie.
Sorry. Let's see who's calling. Hello, Rutten River Pursuits.
Go ahead, caller.
Hey guys, what's up?
What? Is that the Pikarowski?
This is Mr. Pikarowski, otherwise known as Pick.
Huh.
Hey, buddy.
What up, Pick?
It's nothing. Just got done washing my hands.
Oh,
Really? Are you a dirty boy?
Yeah.
You
What's the
gardening
matter?
tonight?
Are you Beowulf?
No gardening.
Doing some work on your car?
I feel like
Had to wash your hands?
it's kind
No,
of like
I had.
you knew what we're doing, right? You know, it's a Thursday night and we're podcasting.
We're podcasting.
Yeah, buddy.
I hope this is important.
Well, I was just got done washing some blood off my hands.
What?
What? Hopefully it's
Yeah.
not yours.
Hopefully, are you okay? Do you need stitches, bud?
Yeah.
No, I'm fine.
Bucky can nurse you through this. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
We can do that. I have lots of
Okay.
ointments and salves.
Well, it almost
I'm
sounds like
fine.
he doesn't need them. What happened?
No, it's not my blood. I connected on a Maryland buck tonight. Yes, I did.
Are you meaning to tell us that the Passover holiday is officially done?
Yeah, I did not pass this buck up.
Oh my!
Well, let me be the first to tell you congratulations.
I thank you. Congratulations. Oh, dang it.
Thanks, Stevie. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. So, how did it go?
Yeah.
Let us.
That's awesome.
Let us in
Well-
on your evening.
Hey, tell us the story, bud.
Sure. Well, I had to agonize through an 8-hour shift at work today.
Pure agony.
Yeah. Well, the first day happens to fall on a Thursday every year, and I try to get off of work, but sometimes it doesn't work out. And it was one of these years where it didn't work out.
Oh, the man.
And yeah, but as a consolation, the wind is blowing like crazy all day today, and so whenever I got a break and whenever I was at lunchtime, I was kind of online on some of the local forums, and some of the Western Maryland hunting is a Facebook page that I frequent quite a bit, and people were saying that they really weren't seeing anything. So I kind of, it gave me a little bit of consolation. But I got off work at a little before 4:30. I snuck out about 10 minutes early. Got home, jumped in the shower, ran downstairs, grabbed my muzzleloader.
It's only an hour show, Buck.
Tied your boots.
Well, it's gonna be about 6 more minutes.
Quit slow rolling it, bud.
Got into the stand about 5:15, and I knew that deer had to start moving. If they were bedded down and hunkered down all day long due to this wind, I'm like, they have to get up sometime.
Oh, yeah.
And so I got into the stand, and no sooner I looked around I was in the stand probably about 25, 30 minutes maybe. I turn around, and there's the first deer in the field. Glassed it. It was a small buck.
Send it.
So
Send it.
no, it was a small buck. Another deer entered the field, glassed it. It was a little bit bigger of a buck. It was probably a 5 or a 6 point.
Send it.
No, didn't send it. I have encountered with a nice 9 point last week during archery season with my bow, and he was out there at about 75 yards right at last light.
What was his name?
So I just waiting. I didn't name him yet. I don't know if I ever will name him, but
Now, out of curiosity, did this 9 point happen to be hanging out with 2 smaller bucks last week?
yeah.
So
So
You had every reason to believe he might show up.
Yeah, I did. There was, this buck came out there again last week at last light with probably about 6 or 8 other deer, and I knew that he was in the area, so I just decided to wait. I had, another hour of daylight left, and the next time I looked up, I saw another big body deer, and when I glassed, all I saw was horns. So
It was
I
sending
knew
time.
it was going to be sending time. I knew it was a big buck. I didn't know exactly which one it was. I've had trail camera pictures of. It was a 9 point. It ended up being a 9 point. Yes, it was, Will.
Nice.
But at the time I saw him, I didn't realize what buck it was again. I just knew it was a shooter. It was a big body deer, big rack. He was milled around in the cornfield for a little bit, and one of the other bucks must have seen something and started looking.
The 5 point.
Yeah. And it just must have sparked this curiosity of this bigger buck, and he came out of the corn and started walking out into the clearing. And that's all I needed. It was about 75, 80 yards. The Thompson Center rested up against a tree.
You let it
squeezed
bark.
it off and let it bark.
Yahtzee.
So
yeah, he ran to me and ran to me through the field into the woods about 15 yards, and I watched him fall over.
Oh man, did you get any of that on tape?
I happen to have the video camera in the tree with me, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that the skills that I learned out at the Bearded Buck hopefully translated to a good footage. So we're going to have to get it on the computer and see what it looks like. But this is the first time that I actually have had a deer harvest on film. So I'm pretty excited. Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
That's double.
So,
congrats.
Brian, I got to ask a question. I need to know if you're at all like me in any ways where...
Not really.
Like you said, you saw a small buck come out, then a 5 or 6 point. You knew there was a bigger buck in the area. The next buck that you saw, the next big body deer that entered the field, you said when you looked up in the binoculars, all you saw were horns. Is that the last time you looked at the rack? Do you just focus on that shoulder at that point?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't care. I know that. I knew that there was. I got trail camera photos of a couple other shooter bucks, and at that point in time, I just knew he was a shooter, and that was a buck that I was going to take, whether or not he was that specific buck or not. When I saw the body size and saw the frame of the antler size, you're correct, Ryan. I didn't even focus on how many points it was.
Wow.
Once I decide I'm taking a shot, all I can do is focus on just that part of the shoulder where I want to put the shot, whether it's archery or rifle, it doesn't matter. I'm focused on where I want to put that shot. I can't look at the head anymore. I'm done.
Well, this is great. This doesn't always happen, Pick, but I'm actually glad you called.
Thanks, Pick.
Well, I'm glad that you guys just picked up the phone because after tonight, I needed to share it with somebody, and I miss you guys.
That's what we're here about.
I know. I wish I was there podding with you up until the time I squeezed the trigger. And saw this big boy drop. So
Congrats.
Well, I will say this: you're probably lucky it's hunting season. Otherwise, if you called during the podcast, I'm pretty sure Will wouldn't have picked up.
No. I'd be like, he knows that. Yeah.
What might this be?
Wonderful. Well, congratulations, brother. This is great.
Yeah, good stuff, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
I can't wait to see the footage.
Thanks for calling and sharing that, bud.
You probably got some work ahead of you now. I think the hard work starts now. So, all right, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you so
All
much.
right. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
Hey, too, bro.
Yeah, see you soon.
Hey, Pick.
Yeah.
Rig 'em weedless.
Get outdoors.
See you, bud. Peace.
See you guys.
How about that?
Oh, that was
awesome.
Really awesome.
I'm glad we picked up.
Real time.
First day for Maryland muzzleloader, and Pick delivers.
First member of R2 to kill a buck.
Yeah.
Is that true?
No.
I don't know.
Wait, what?
I don't know. Stay tuned to this episode.
Or fast forward it.
Don't foreshadow because we're already in it.
Yeah.
What do you mean by you don't think that's true?
I disagree. He's not the
What
first
happened, Will?
R2
Because
boy
I was
to
excited
get
to
a
start
buck.
this episode.
Go on.
I will wholeheartedly disagree.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what are you trying to say, Will?
Does anybody else have anything they want to talk about? Because I feel like I
Aaron
can just...
Old connected with his trad bow again.
he is.
You know what? I
yeah.
saw that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good on him. The second one?
That guy, he's
Wait,
nuts.
2 years.
2 years in a row.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
there's
2 for
probably
2.
more.
Right.
Anybody got anything
I'll
else?
tell you what. All of our friends,
Yeah.
not all entirely,
lot.
but a bunch, a bunch of people are putting deer down.
A whole bunch.
You know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like our good buddy Andy Spittle. I know he put one down. Who else did?
Our good buddy Pat.
Pat Rizzolino.
Oh my gosh!
Ohio Monster.
That Monster, Ohio. He got.
Yeah.
That is a
That's
thing
cool.
of beauty.
That's
Yeah, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of deer going. This seems like a lot of deer taken early in the year this year for some reason. Maybe it's just me, but
Well, think about John Wallace,
yeah,
The wild
game cook.
Yeah.
Not only did he put that big doe down,
It was his first one.
but he's putting up all kinds of recipes with it.
Yeah. With
He's-
a bow.
He's making me hungry.
Was it his first
that
one
his
with a
first
bow?
one with the bow?
listen.
I think so,
Congrats, John.
I could be wrong, but I think that's.
If it was, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
That is good.
I just jumped right to the recipes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I hope he teaches us something with that.
Oh, man.
You seen anyone out there taking anything, Buck?
Well, I saw that Charles Hedlund got his first doe of the season. on
Whitetail
public land.
Distraction
Yeah.
Brothers over there in the western part of the state.
Yeah, yeah.
Get you
They're
some.
doing it too out there.
On
Yeah.
public
Yeah.
land
Yeah.
at that, guys.
Yeah.
So,
Everybody's connected.
There's maybe I'm just looking more
Dylan
this year.
Did you guys see Dylan's?
Yeah.
Had his daughter in the blind with him.
I think he had like
Yeah, that was
everybody's
sweet.
kid in
Yeah.
the blind with him. Like
He
he,
had like 18 kids in there. It was amazing.
from hunt camp.
yeah. How cool was that?
The hunt camp boys are just.
Those guys, I don't even want to get started.
Yeah.
They're a good group of guys.
And
They're straight
I
killers.
tell you what.
And speaking of hunt camp, Jared,
Yeah.
I like to call him Jackie or Gerard or Jerome
You just make up
or
whatever.
Jerry.
Any J
I
name.
find that hard to believe, Buck.
But he brought down a 144
That
inch.
was a
and
hammer,
He
wasn't
tells
it?
the story on last week's
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that was
a great
beauty of
story.
a buck.
episode.
Oh, he happened to just knock that down on his scouting trip.
We can't really keep up with the hunt camp guys. There's a bunch of them putting stuff down.
They probably shot a couple tonight while picking.
yeah.
Exactly.
So unfortunately, Pix Buck won't qualify for the Quest Hunt Co.
Oh, yeah. True.
That is
Right.
unfortunate.
Because
Yeah, Maryland's not part of the competition.
It's too bad.
Not in it yet.
That would have been a.
I'm pretty sure Brian's already written letters to his congressmen and
I
state
would.
representatives
Yeah.
to get a hold of the boys over at
Yeah.
Quest
I guess.
to get Maryland involved for next year.
He just, it's not even cold yet.
Yeah.
So how is anybody following? You know who's in the leaderboard there with Quest?
That thing changes
what do we
about every
got?
20
Yeah.
minutes.
It does.
It's amazing
It's
to watch.
really funny.
Who's what kind of?
We'll go through
places are we
the
looking?
top 8 kind of places are as follows. It sounds like number 1 is the biggest is 266 for 2
Ooh.
deer, and it's Corey Perone and Joey Perestia,
Uh-huh.
and those guys have a.
So what's the state on that?
These are PA scores.
Oh,
Yeah.
holy buckets.
They're big boys. Yeah, 140 and a half.
Man.
And a 125 and a half.
Wow.
So
It's a good score for PA.
that's pretty good. And then their team name is PBBD2. And then it looks like just under that is a 232.
Where are these guys hunting?
I don't know. I reached out to a couple of them, and we haven't been able to get like.
I wouldn't want to tell us either.
Yeah,
I don't blame them.
but the team names are the top 8 spots are the PBBD2 is out pretty handily, and then Dead by Daylight, another deadly duo, is third with the 205. Wild Nation Outdoors, which they were leading for a while, and they have a score of 194 5/8. And those bucks are nice too, but they're both under 100 inches. So top 4 places,
Just
your
barely,
bucks
yeah.
don't have to be monster to be in the top 5.
Yeah.
Slinging Sticks, they have one buck. This guy has a 175 in.
I actually saw that.
He's
when-
got to be leaning on his
That's-
partner right now. Like,
Oh
come
my
on.
God. Jared,
Come on.
Do anything. Do anything. Yeah. So
And that's where, the whole idea that this is anybody's contest, it comes from. Like, there is always ridiculous buck put down in rifle season.
Right.
So just because, just because archery's half over, and it's not even half over, but we didn't even get to the good part of the season.
Yeah.
Like these are scores that we're looking at from just early season bucks taken.
Couple weeks.
Walking
Holy
around
weeks,
bucks.
three,
Not
four
even
weeks.
rutting
It's only
bucks.
been 2 weeks.
The
I don't want to foreshadow too much, but I mean, I got a pretty
Easy
good
on the
trail camera picture.
foreshadowing, bud.
Right.
Did
And,
you really?
I'm breathing down the neck of that top spot.
Gotcha.
If this guy ever shows up in daylight,
I hope he does.
number six spot. They got a 157 and 7/8, and the team name's kind of funny. It's Fat and Ugly, and I wonder which one's which. So Vincent, he's got a 157 and 7/8. They only have one buck.
One buck
entered.
in.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a good buck.
So man, these guys are like, if their partners do anything, they're
and if they don't, they're never gonna hear the end of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure. Helipads in number 7 with a 147, and then the 8 spot coming in is Drop Tine Outdoors, and they have
I like that name.
they have a 124 and 7/8 entered.
Wow.
So these are all unofficial scores. I saw Bedford County boys. I think that's
Go get him, Bedford County.
I don't know if I know those guys, but that's where I grew up, was Bedford County, and they just dropped to the 9 spot with a 117, so they're still have a good shot if
Nothing to shake a stick at.
if one of if their partner if Andy Willis comes in with a decent buck, they're back in it. So
Come on, Andy, I'll help you out.
there isn't anybody. The Pennsylvania boys have a they're number 11, so they're good friends
Nice.
of ours.
So there's still plenty of season left, and you can still sign up for
Yeah. You just
the
can't sign up
tournament, right?
after you shoot.
As
a
long
deer.
as you didn't
that
shoot a
makes
buck,
sense.
sign up.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
cool.
that's pretty cool. Top 8 spots. Like I said, we even got down into a couple more, but
And need we remind you, these teams are only competing against other teams in Pennsylvania for that $50,000 worth of prizes in Pennsylvania.
crazy.
that's right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Level playing field.
That isn't $50,000 worth of prizes for all 7 states that are part of the competition this year. That's per state,
Oh,
$50,000 worth of prizes split amongst the winning teams.
Get
So,
signed up. QuestHuntCo.com.
Ain't kidding.
right?
What an opportunity.
I did sign up. Somebody just needs to tell that buck that was on my trail camera to stop by
I'll tell him. What's his name?
during the day. Hightower.
Hightower.
Ooh.
I'll just be happy.
It's a very unique,
Score one.
unheard of
Is-
name for a buck. No, it's pretty common. Buck name. That's
Like
one
Phil?
I used. Like Phil. Phil Hightower is what I call him.
Phil High.
Nice. He's real high.
High Spire.
I love hearing about all of these leaderboard deals.
Yeah.
And there are some monsters being put down, and I can only imagine the numbers yet to come. But here's the thing. We've talked about some of the best friends of the podcast that have knocked some stuff down. I don't have to go very far. I mean, to be honest, I don't even have to go 4 foot across this table
Right.
to get to somebody who's been holding out on us for just a little
Kyle.
bit that might knock something down.
Me.
What did you do?
Boys, may I just pause real quick?
Go ahead, Buck.
Since we brought up Kyle.
It's brought to you by PFC.
It's brought to you by PFC. But I need to mention this, and it caught me. The light was shining upon him just right while we were talking about Quest Hunt.
Halos.
And I'm noticing something I've not seen.
Is he
about
glowing?
Kyle. Not only is he glowing,
He lost weight.
no, he has a beard, guys.
What?
What?
Where'd that come from?
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
he's
Is
got
it
a
dye?
full. I mean, it's the best beard I've ever seen on you, bud.
Gets better
and
every
it
year.
needs to be recognized. I really wanted. I do. We
It
give
is a
you a
good
hard
time to
time,
recognize a
and
good
it's
beard.
it is. I want to recognize it. Yes, Kyle.
Yes.
What are
I
your-
love you,
what's
man.
your secret?
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you. What happened?
Just, keep shaving and it comes back twice as thick.
What'd we say?
I know.
What'd we say?
You said don't shave.
Yeah, hang in there. You trim it. That way it keeps.
Trim it, yeah. Oh, wait, it wants to get.
It does
fuller.
look pretty sharp.
Thank you.
I thought it might be the Badlands gear you've been decked
That's
out
possible
on.
too. It could be a bunch of contributing factors.
Yeah.
You order some Badlands stuff, you man up a bit.
Yeah,
I like
do.
it.
And,
That makes
and
sense.
speaking of manning up a bit, Kyle,
Phil,
were you the first of the group to man up this season?
What'd you do?
I may have shot a doe.
Don't slow down.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
You put one down.
I put one down.
Yahtzee.
What inspired you to
Seal the deal?
seal the deal on that? Would like
Passover is over.
You're aware that everybody's kind of celebrating Passover,
I am.
but you're not. What?
No. So, I had a couple sits before this one where, I didn't really see a whole lot of deer activity. And,
Were you in the cupola again?
no, I was not in
Francis
the
Ford cupola.
But it was actually at that property.
Yeah.
Did you not see a lot of deer activity because of your lack of shooting lanes?
No, it was just things not working out
Okay.
to the best. But so
Is it? So
We're just trying to cover all
you
the
weren't
bases.
seeing deer at all, or you weren't close enough to the deer.
it was not seeing deer, seeing a lot of deer, or the deer that I did see weren't in range.
Yeah.
I was due for the luck to break my way.
Mm-hmm.
So I was hunting the cupola property, Stevie.
Mm-hmm.
And as everybody knows, I hunt in a very suburban area. So
True.
around like 5 o'clock, like an hour before dark, I had a group of like 6 deer coming in. I was like, oh yeah, they're reading the script.
It's on.
Yep. And then they all turn tailed and run.
What?
Exactly.
They winded you.
No. So the property I hunted backs up to a development. So the only thing I could think of that something from the development must have spooked them, because they were
People.
Because it couldn't have been your
cars,
fault.
No,
kids.
because they were upwind. They were upwind
Okay.
me, and they definitely couldn't see me because there's no shooting lanes cut. So,
All right.
That's true.
Now this is all starting to make sense.
Very true. I can
so they
believe
definitely
it.
couldn't see me. So,
That is very suburban then.
Yeah.
Wow.
so they run off, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me!"
That's the worst, right?
Yeah, like right leading up to prime time, that hour before it starts getting dark. I'm like, well, there goes my evening. So I'm sitting there. It's getting closer to final light. Half hour.
Stranger things have happened
Yeah.
in that wildlife management unit.
Exactly. So about a half hour before dark, my brother texts me, says, "Just shot a doe." I was just like, the doe that were just by me probably just ran to him.
You just chased them right
Yeah.
to him.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you gotta be
They
kidding
probably
me.
smelled you.
Yep. So, no way. So he shoots his doe, and I'm like, well, my night's pretty much down, because he was only hunting like 100 yards from me. So
I'm joking like quite a bit. Kyle, of anybody that I hunt with, I know you guys pride yourselves in not smelling. Kyle showers before and after he gets in a stand. Like he does.
You have a shower in your stand?
yeah, I have a camp shower in my stand.
Nice. I got to work on my regime.
Yeah.
You gotta up your level.
And doe and estrus pours on him while he showers, and no scent.
Yeah, it's my musk.
Maybe that's why you chased him off. It's a little early for the estrus.
No. I was letting them know that I was the queen bee.
Oh, I see where you're going with that.
Yeah. See.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I'm joking, because he really does care about his smell.
Yeah.
So
Scent
That's-
control is one of my.
or lack of.
It's important.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? My brother shot a doe. I was like, those other doe ran off. I was like,
That's it.
my night's ruined. Literally, like the last 5 minutes of daylight, I see activity coming my way. I was like,
Does your the Kyle Parkins brothers? I have taken a doe with the Parkins brothers myself, but like I don't remember, like if one shoots a deer, does he get out of the stand and take care of the deer, or do you guys wait till the hunt is over to take care of the deer?
Yeah, so we typically, like wait, or, at least communicate, like, hey, like, do you have deer around you? Like, do you want me to wait? Like, we usually communicate that. So my brother basically, hit his deer, waited, and then, until dark, and then got down.
Yeah.
So, it's just kind of a courtesy thing that we do.
It was nice of him.
Yeah.
He's a peach.
So
if you're that close together, then it's important that you at least ask.
Yeah,
that's good.
So 5 minutes before, at final shooting light, I'm like, oh, deer start coming my way again. I was like, oh,
here they come,
and they were coming on a string too. Like there was no like milling around. They were coming with a purpose.
Right.
I was like, oh, I actually might get a shot off here. Big old nanny doe leading the pack. I was like,
nice.
Oh yeah,
that's the way you want it.
Yeah. I was like, okay. And I had my camera on my right side because I typically have it set up over there because I hold my bow with my left hand.
Right.
And she came to my draw side, my left side. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh my God, like I'm not even gonna have to move or anything.
Nah, picture perfect.
But slight problem when you have your camera arm on that side. If she goes too far to the left, can't get your camera out far enough to get the shot. But at this point, I was like, I want to shoot a doe.
Yeah.
So
it's a third one of my arms, but it's not a third one of your arms.
Yes.
Your arms are much longer.
So unfortunately, I didn't get the shot on footage, but I connected with the doe.
Well, congratulations.
It was about as textbook of a textbook shot that you could have.
Right in the boiler room?
She was slightly quartering away.
Love those.
I punched it, like right behind her front leg.
Why'd you punch it?
The shot.
The trigger.
Oh, jeez.
So it went in, about mid-level on her body. So it went through. And, she only ran maybe 50 yards.
But that nice low exit hole gives you a beautiful trail, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Even a colorblind guy like me can follow a trail like that.
Absolutely.
Right.
Well, I had an easy.
Still.
I had an
Bucky's
easy track
Venetian
job.
blind.
Venetian. Still can't see him.
I had a even easier track job because I was hunting about 40 yards in from a field edge.
Yeah.
She ran right back out into the field and toppled over out in the field.
Nice. So, in that scenario, you saw her go down.
Yep.
You probably had enough light you could make sure she wasn't getting up, because occasionally they'll drop and then maybe it's more of just a lay down and then they'll get up. You knew you're pretty comfortable she wasn't getting up.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to the point of impact and still follow the trail?
Yeah, so I shoot.
Nice.
I shoot lighted
Who doesn't
knocks.
do that?
My son.
Oh.
In some instances.
But yeah, I shoot lighted knocks, so like that's like a game changer as far as like point of impact. Like, so it was that was such a cool feeling because I was
POI.
I literally shot her and like it was like last light, so like all I see is this just bright glowing green.
I didn't use lighted knocks this year.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of glad I didn't, because honestly, last time I did, when you shoot at a deer, let alone through a deer, that is the only thing you look at.
Yeah.
After you shoot a deer, like you're just staring at it like it's gonna move or something. It's just
it's like mesmerizing.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I actually didn't see my arrow until I got down to it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't use the lighted knock. And I'm kind of like, I go back and forth about it, but it will drive you absolutely nuts if your shot is even remotely questionable. You're just, and you can't get down. You have to respect the time and the process. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Your arrow, did you shoot something?
Well, yes.
Wait a second.
Hold on. Lighted
I don't want to interrupt your sweet story.
Oh, my story's over. She's signed, sealed, delivered in the freezer.
The problem with lighted knocks is they can see where you're shooting from.
That's true.
They can follow it back up.
good call,
You're right,
Stevie.
Valid point, Stevie.
I'm taking mine off now.
So, Will, I'm confused. You just said that you shot an arrow.
Well, Kyle, let me be the first to say congratulations.
Well, congratulations.
on your doe.
Thanks, Stevie.
You're welcome.
I was the first to say it.
Thanks, Will.
I've already texted it to him.
This doesn't count.
Well, he did text to talk, so it kind of counts.
Ooh, I like that. Let's go with that.
So it's honestly official
Yeah.
that Bucky's first PA archery buck's bigger than mine.
Really?
Is that right?
What?
Yeah, that's true.
Why am I acting surprised? I was there.
Because you're a beast.
No. You're the beast, dude.
So you knocked down a PA buck.
Yes, sir.
Kyle's doe's in the freezer, probably not even frozen solid. And what do? Just a few hours later.
Boom.
Yeah, it was funny because I was listening to this week's Current, and everybody's like, the weather's moon's gonna, make everything nocturnals.
Yeah, you should have slept in the morning.
I should have, and I was like, no, you guys are crazy, but I didn't say that, but I wanted to.
But you're thinking it.
And because I feel like I don't feel with the cold days and things like that. I think they're pretty much still in their transition periods where they're going to bed to food. And I know the moon's thing, but give it a little bit more time, where they're exhausted and they're rutted up and things. I think the moon's gonna, where they're just pushing. I think right now it's just a hair too relaxed. That's my own take on it. But anyway, it works out for me. Saturday morning, I ended up connecting on a buck.
Well, let me be the first.
Congratulations, Will. Steve,
I win.
you're not even a second.
That was, you're a distant third on that one.
I think I was the first.
Yeah, Bucky was actually the first.
Doesn't count if you text it.
No. And
I've heard that recently.
it was a hug.
Yeah, it was cool. This story is bigger than just the moment. There's so much that went into it. I'm excited for the moment. I'm excited that it happened and a lot of things. But it's so much more.
What'd you do?
So I have to go back in time. It's putting in the time, the effort to find an area that looks bucky, that looks like a place where there's bucks. And
Missouri.
Missouri, for instance.
For example.
I guess I've never done that. And I feel so weird about that. That's one thing I'm not settled on because I'm 41 years old. I've been hunting most of my life. Not all my life, but a large part of my life has been every season I'm in the woods. And up until the last 2 years, and I wouldn't say even last year even comes close to this year, but up until the last couple years, I didn't have to do the legwork. You can, every camp has a field general or a guy that does all the work. Whether it's my father-in-law or catfish, if I hunted with Kyle, Ryan, I never had to do any of this myself. And so I think it's just for that reason.
Right.
That's the precipice or the tipping point is I did some work to make this happen.
Right.
And so, but the guys that kind of got me here, like I said, you guys putting me in stands, I'm good for 1 or 2 doe a year. It's just a matter of getting in those stands that people were telling me to get in, and hopefully it luck has it, we'll find something. But long story short, and I know this isn't an easy story to tell, but putting the work in, finding areas that are more bucky than anything, and then getting the stands in the right place, in the right positions, and doing things. So my first 2 days in the stand, the first weekend, as you guys heard, I drew on a buck, and he was a pretty decent buck. I don't have a ton of big bucks. I don't have massive things walking or
right,
patrolling the earth like some of the other. But on my
PA doesn't.
Yeah, on my properties, they're just okay. They're good bucks.
Sure.
So I drew on a nice buck, but he found every branch, every whatever, and it just didn't happen.
Which, for the record, in and of itself, is credit to you for not just letting one fly where I think I could squeeze one through there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that right there is a sign of maturity as an archery hunter, and I'll qualify that. I really will.
Sure.
In it when I say archery hunter, because there is a different level of maturity for an archery hunter than there is for a rifle hunter.
Right.
Okay. If you're hunting slugs or you're shooting a 30-30, which is like the beautiful PA brush gun, you don't have to worry about that stuff. If you're shooting and you're hunting archery, you have to take that stuff into consideration, and there's a learning curve with that. So it shows a level of maturity to pass, especially when you're at full draw.
Yeah. Yeah,
It only
because
comes
you're committed.
with thought.
Yeah, full draw is another level of commitment. And to your point, like when you're pulled back, you're going to potentially spook something if you let down, or you're going to let something fly.
Send it.
And that's a level of commitment that is just, next level. It's not like pulling a trigger, not at all.
And it's a big range of motion too, so it's like opening yourself up to get caught.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yep. So a couple things can happen, but so that happened, and I saw. So all told, let's just say this: the coolest part is I've seen 5 bucks in 2 sits. And
lucky,
right? And in this particular instance of time, Bucky's seen some bucks in his
I've
spot.
seen 0 bucks in 5 sets.
Yeah.
So you do the math.
Yes, that makes carry the one.
Oh, we're doing math, guys.
So, and I know Bucky's seen a nice mix of buck and doe, and again, I can count on one hand how many buck I've seen, or a hand and a half how many buck I've seen in the last 7 years.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm just not in those spots. I'm in deer spots, but I'm not in buck spots.
You can't say for some reason, because I'm just going to jump ahead. I've been waiting for you to tell your story and get to it, but I'm going to jump ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
The difference between this deer and any other deer you've taken has nothing to do with the equipment that you used, the tactics that you took to get to it. This is Will's buck.
Yeah.
You earned this buck. And you said it before, and you said it a couple minutes ago, some parts of this. Nobody told you where to stand or why to stand there, where the deer is coming from, or anything like that. You did the homework, you did the research, you put in the time, you put in the effort, and you made this buck yours on your own.
Yeah.
Maybe you're going to give credit where you think credit's due to other people who have encouraged you for this or told you to try that, but you did the work.
Tracy,
and that's why it's your buck.
Ryan.
Yeah.
That's your buck.
Kyle.
You got that buck.
Yeah.
All you, buddy. So let me be the first to say congratulations.
Bucky.
That you were able to get that on your own.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's crazy. This morning was crazy. It was a bit different.
you almost didn't get to the woods, bud. Like you were not feeling the best. And you overcame a little bit there.
Yeah.
You know, like I was really worried about.
I almost forgot about that because of the moment, but it's funny. Well, I ended up not having feeling real good, and I sent Bucky. I'm like, just go. I'm not.
Go on without me.
Go on without me.
Go on.
Guys, he was already up out of bed and most of the way to the tree stand.
We meet at the sheets.
Yeah.
And I just, I had an issue, I guess. But, and
did you need a tissue for your issue?
I needed some tissue. I did some paperwork in my office.
And he overcame and bam.
But, so in the morning, I get up in my stand and do my little radio shout out with Buck, and hey, you all set? Yeah, bud, I'm good too. And
did you give him traffic and weather on the 8th?
Yeah.
Tell him what the winds are out of.
Yeah, winds are out of the northeast. And so we're good, and this is wonderful too. Like for the first time, and this is all part of why things are clicking right now. But for the first time, I'm not, and don't take this the wrong way, Buck, because he's a sensitive soul. But I'm not.
What?
I'm not babysitting Buck anymore. Like I don't worry that he has the right. That he has his headlamp or he has this or that, or I have to bring 2 of everything or 3 of everything. Like he's really kind of like graduating. He's becoming a hunter. He's starting to think like a hunter. He's doing
blossoming.
Yeah. And I'm really, really super proud. So
thank you, brother.
Yeah. When we get set, like I know it's on,
Yep.
And you get that last kind of call sign. And before we'd have to, call me every hour, do this and do that, and make sure everything's.
Shh.
Yeah.
Quit talking. I'm already in here.
Yeah. So, but anymore, it's.
Quit bothering me. I'm up in here. I'm all zen.
Yeah. It's really cool. So, fast forward a little bit more. We go in my stand. You can hear. A lot of times before you see the deer.
I love those kind of stands. But yeah,
I don't know if it's the acoustics of the hillside or what, but I can hear before I really have to like
wait till you have to hunt that stand in the rain. But go on.
Yeah, I'm sure. So it's that time. They're starting to move. I can hear some rattle around. It's too early for squirrels. So you know what time I'm talking about.
I do.
Yeah.
So it's too dark out for squirrels to be doing their deal. There's a certain time of the morning when the sun comes up just a little bit, and then squirrels start moving around. It's too early. So it's not. It might not be a deer, but it's not squirrels messing you up. I stand up, I get my bow set. I start my stand process, and that just,
which can always be a process.
Yeah. Yep. And so there's a deer filtering in, and it's all sonar at that point. It's so dark out. You're just hearing it get closer and closer.
I thought you were using echolocation like a bat.
Yeah, I am basically. I wish that I had the ability to shoot with echolocation, but it's not real. This thing came in within. So there's a tree very close to my stand, and if it's 5 or 7 yards, it's very close.
Mm-hmm.
And are you squinting super hard, trying to make it brighter out, saying,
trying to do anything, and it's just a blob, and I can't see. I know which way it's facing based on sound that it came in, But I can't tell you, if I was to pull back, there was nowhere to really aim. It's a blob. And I could not be more mad. Like that made me so mad. I want to swear.
That was my deer.
That was, you gotta be kidding me. You can't wait 10 minutes. You have to be coming in now. I don't get it. It just blew me up. And you have the whole day to sit. You have the whole day to hunt. But why would you come in now?
It's a good question.
Yeah. So
say hi.
Just say hi. He filters by. And just there's nothing. It's very anticlimactic. He or she. I'm assuming it's a he.
Well, here's the thing. If you would have scolded them, they would have left just as quickly. Like, they don't stick around.
Yeah.
When you try to talk to them, you're like, just stand right there for 5 minutes.
Yeah. They don't take.
Doesn't work.
They don't take kindly to discipline.
They sure don't. They don't.
Bless their hearts. So, as time goes by, sun comes up just to what it needs to come up. It's 7:20-ish, and the noises fade off, but then they start coming back.
But it gets louder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the birds kick in, then the squirrels.
Yeah.
And those freaking chipmunks, they're the worst.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Chipmunks are stupid
It
because
gets crazy loud.
they're so small, but they're so loud.
Yeah.
But so ends up having this deer come back at I can't drag this out too much longer.
You're assuming it's the same one.
I'm assuming it's the same one, but it just feels like it kind of went up and around.
Yeah.
Just based on my sonars.
Yeah.
But I have no clue. It could be different deer.
Could be coming back for seconds.
It could be coming back for seconds for sure. So this deer comes back my way, and on his way through, he hits every single hole that I have to shoot.
Yeah.
But the thing is what happens is he's facing me.
Yeah.
So every hole that I have to shoot, I would have to pull with him looking at me.
Yep.
So
it's very hard.
It's hard,
especially on PA deer that are looking up at you the whole time.
Now I'm looking at him and I'm starting to count horns because he's getting very close.
Yep.
And I'm like, this guy is a mainframe 4 with a with a 5th G2 there.
Yep.
And he actually is probably a 6 point if you count the other side's a little nub, but for all intents and purposes he's a 5, and so and me, I'm blasting everybody for passing on immature deer. and honestly, my goal for this year was to take a legal deer.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to, kind of regret anything or try to make any excuses. This is what I wanted, and and it's about to happen.
Yeah.
And so long story, he filters by, nothing, he's not aware, nothing, steps out, 15 yards, quartering away.
Oh, baby.
And you hear that, like the bass drum kind of hit, where the chest.
Yeah.
A wet paper bag being hit by a 2x4.
Wet paper bag on a 2x4. You got a good analogy, I'm sure.
I was just gonna say that
Volkswagen bug tire.
Well, I was the first one that said it.
Bag 2x4.
But so that arrow it was a perfect shot. There was zero tracking. I honestly wish that I could have had you guys up there because it was just. At the time, it was just perfect.
Yeah.
I got down out of the stand, and I'm like, I gotta find this thing.
What you had said earlier was that there wasn't a lot of tracking to do.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't going to be hard for you. Did you see it go down?
No, I didn't. But I heard, when you listen, you hear that, it's kind of like it was real quick. It was like, it wasn't like a,
like fading off in the distance. It just,
it was like a, bum, 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 bum. It was really quick cadence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you heard it running off into the sunset. It's like you heard it running and then didn't hear any more running.
Yeah. Yeah. So I didn't know, but I saw,
you felt good.
I saw there was some good indications that it was a good shot. And so, very excited.
Do you remember, did you get a big old mule kick out of it?
Did.
Nice.
That's always a good sign.
I totally did.
Love that.
the mule kick.
I
said it first.
I was excited for that. I didn't. I like, it's just when it all comes together, there's just something magical about it. And like I said, there's zero tracking. You just walk a path, and then, the worst part about it. So I get back in my stand, and I locate the deer. I get back in my stand. I'm like, what am I going to do? Am I going to have Bucky come down and track this thing and do, our normal, kind of see what we can get Bucky to learn?
AKA Will's afternoon entertainment.
Potentially. It's just story.
So you're working all this out.
I'm kind of working it out.
Trying to figure it out.
I don't want to ruin his hunt, though. Like I said, he's a dude on a mission.
Right.
And so I get back in my stand for a while. Another button buck filters in. This is the first time I've seen buck not together. So they're starting to break up.
Yep.
Which is very cool.
A good sign for the rest of us that still have buck tags.
Yes. Yeah.
Very good sign.
I got him down, and I'm down in this
down in the hole.
Gully, down in a hole, fern
Losing
gully.
Control.
Yeah, it's not easy to get a deer
out
back to my truck.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 different ways you could go, but they're all uphill.
Every one is uphill.
Up. Yeah.
I carried it for a while. I drug it for a while. I was like, yee, yee. I was breathing hard. It was crazy. It was a lot. I probably should have waited or recorded it or did whatever, like they do out west. Or had waited for Bucky, but I just.
Did you get it all the way back to your truck by yourself?
Yeah.
You know what? Good. That it's going to add to it for you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because anyone after that, you're gonna wait for the help, or you're gonna know the situation, and you're gonna have people there, or maybe you're gonna decide to quarter one out.
Yeah.
That one, you needed to drag it. You did the right thing.
I carried and drug it. I honestly, if I shoot a bigger deer, I'm either quartering it or I'm waiting for help.
Yeah.
If it's bigger than that deer.
I told you guys about Hunter's buck in rifle season last year, right?
Yeah.
Where he drug it out, and I was going to bring my truck the 200 yards across the field to pick it up.
Yeah.
But he just kept walking. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to stop him.
Yeah,
he drug it the entire way across that open field that I could have easily drove my truck through.
Yeah.
He drug it the whole way back.
It makes a difference. It does. I like to do that.
And
I
it's
like
good
to
for you.
carry the burden, carry the weight.
Yep.
I like to do different things that kind of make it more real. I called Catfish right away. I wish you were here. I wish you were this and that, and he just always has a way of like, okay, stop. Like I start telling him my story, and he's like, no, stop. What was the wind direction? Tell me about the leaves. Like, he wants to know every stinking detail.
Well, because he wants you to remember it. That's a good call.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he does it, and he just, but he wants to know. He wants to be in that moment, and I love calling him for that reason. He just resets. He brings that high and just brings it down to just a hair, so that you can like you said, start to remember everything and not just be focused on one thing or another, but like understand the whole thing. So it was great to talk to him, and it just cool. And again, he's one of the dudes that just got me rolling in this game.
Oh, undoubtedly, yeah.
So you have to like check in with those guys every once in a while. But this was a big deal. I've shot archery deer before, buck and doe. My first buck was in Maryland. First doe was in Maryland, but I've never had a PA buck, and this is my first buck in PA since like 2007. I'm so glad that we're able to put some things together to make some stuff happen. So
that's great.
Next thing we got to do is get Bucky.
Well, see, now you have the luxury of you're in the passenger seat.
Yeah,
and you're coaching. You're on the sidelines now. I love it.
So I tried. I wanted to. I had a doe out at
You're trying to put horns on her?
Come on. I was going to shoot her.
Okay.
I wanted to so bad. She was just past 40, I'd say.
I don't know.
40-ish.
She's like a cougar.
And yeah, she was teasing me.
Oh, you mean yards?
Yeah, yards.
Okay.
On the prow.
I gotcha.
On the prow. And as soon as I could get up, she was at a hard right, and as soon as I could get my crossbow over on her, and she started moving, and
she was
a
like
shot
Sarah
when
Palin.
she's just at me broadside, standing still is one thing, but that shot moving is a whole other. No, I'm not going to take it.
You made the right call.
You made the right.
I'm not going to take it, but I so wanted, and but the magical thing was, it was a beautiful morning. We got up in the stand. I think we both did it fairly quietly, efficiently. I wasn't sweating too much once I got. Everything was right, guys.
Yeah.
Everything was right, and I'm like, oh. It's going to happen. I had a good feeling, and I'm like, I didn't know if it was going to be here or there.
Yeah.
But I had a good feeling, and it was just.
It was one of the better mornings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Magical day.
Well, let me just be the first to say, you guys did a great job.
You guys did an awesome job this year.
Oh, Stevie was the first to say, Kyle snuck it
He
in there
beat
too.
you.
All I did was go out with the guy. He did all the hard work and the heavy
Good on
lifting.
you, boys. This episode will probably be called "Let Me Be the First to Say."
I did some heavy lifting for sure.
It sounds like there's still a lot to be told, and that's I like these stories where we leave things out, because the best ones are the ones you can always go back to, and there's more details. There's more something.
Like the buck I shot a couple of years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys want to hear?
There's always something to go back to, because we lost that.
I honestly would be really, really remiss if I didn't talk about Leanna having like all the like.
Oh, she went total field to plate, right?
Field to plate. She was sharpening knives when I got home, and everything
She
was
was
set
ready.
up. Yeah, the
Food savers ready to break it down.
Her and Rug were ready to go.
Get that meat on ice.
onion was all.
I'm guessing that Rug didn't help as much as he wanted to.
Yeah, he wanted so much more.
I will help with all of that.
It's like,
But-
you give me half, I'll take care of it.
Honestly, I cannot tell you guys if you are even remotely, if your wife likes to cook and you have an interest in hunting, if you want to invest in something in your future, in your marriage, take her to a field to plate class. Because, like I said, she was her part. She knew her role, and she was ready to go when it was just like she's a fireman or something like
That's
that.
cool.
Like it was just, she heard the alarm and she was like full.
Ready to do it. Yeah.
It was on. And that's the first time ever. I mean, usually it's a guy's time or this or that, or I just knock it out, whatever. But she was on it, so I just a big thanks to her. And
She's a peach.
right,
Yeah.
right.
She sounds like a keeper.
Yeah, you should marry her.
Okay,
Again.
again.
You should renew your vows.
You should renew your vows on that one, bud.
Yeah.
Let me be the first to say,
You should renew your vows.
vows. Jake, share me a Coke.
This is great.
I could tell you meant that.
Guys,
Yeah, buddy.
before we sign off this week's current,
Because we did
All
it
right.
some justice.
We did
we
do it some
have
justice,
done
Bucky.
a lot of justice to this.
let
week's
me
current.
be the first to say that we did this
did some
current some
justice.
justice.
But let me
Steve,
be
you're not
the
even
first
being a
to
third or
say
fourth.
this, Stevie. We got a heck of a message from a fan,
Yeah,
Best
we did.
friend.
a best friend. I'm going to
Best
call
of
him.
friends.
Yes. Mr. Adam Barnes. If you're out there, Uncle Buck
Listening in the skyways and byways.
Nice.
of the outdoor world, Adam Barnes, you are the reason why we get in the current every week.
Mm-hmm.
You're the reason why we get around the Kasana campfire.
Showing
Thank you for the feedback, because that is fuel. That
Yeah.
really is, guys. I mean, because
It's what it's all about. But
let's be real. We are a real podcast, and it's not easy putting out 2 episodes a week
Minimum.
minimum. Our mission is to get you in the outdoors by connecting you to the people, skills, and products that you can trust.
And what
can
did
trust.
Mr.
I think
Adam Barnes
I think
say?
Adam
Yeah.
took it right to the nth degree.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right?
And
yeah.
we
That
need
makes
to talk
it all the
more.
rigmarole.
It got
worthwhile.
me, like when I read that and Uncle Catfish shared that with us,
Yeah.
it got me in the feels. And I really do
Right
appreciate
in the
it.
subcockles.
Just,
Yeah.
I really do appreciate it. That was, I needed that.
It came at a real good time too.
It
You know,
did.
it just
We're riding
it felt like we needed something.
Yeah.
You know? And Adam, your message hit home, bud.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate it.
TBT. Thank you, brother. Thank
That's
you.
right.
You're my
That's
boy, Adam
And,
Barnes.
and I just want to throw this out. Reading back through it, Adam hit on and used some of the nomenclature that was used prior to me joining the group.
Yeah.
You know, so when Adam throws around words like 2D taxidermy,
that,
I mean, come on.
that took me
He's-
back.
That boy's digging
That's
deep.
deep into season
Good for
one.
him. And at the same time, I want to say, shame on us because we let some of them really, really sweet things, dry up on the vine. So we're bringing it back.
Yeah. It's like
You know,
a raisin.
I fully anticipate that Kyle, your doe,
2D
Will,
taxidermy.
your buck,
Yeah.
2D taxidermy.
and Mr. Pick on the line,
2D taxidermy.
bring on the 2D taxidermy.
Can I get me a 2D taxidermy?
You
Rust
can,
belt.
Bucky. I'm loving it. Double it up.
Let's get loud.
2 times now.
Let me be the first to say.
2D taxidermy.
2D text.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Good on you, boys.
Thank you, guys. This
Wait a
has been
second.
Really cool.
Wait a
ride.
minute. I think Stevie has something to say.
Yeah, you got it.
This has been really cool. Stevie, can you tell us who this month's sponsor is?
This month is also brought to you in part by Miser Creative LLC. Rutten River Pursuits podcast is a production of Miser Creative LLC, and if you're interested in starting your own podcast, or if you need help creating video content for social media, look us up. Give Will an email at will@ruttenriverpursuits.com for more information or pricing options.
Well, thank goodness we didn't let that one dry up on the vine.
That's true.
Love me some Miser Creative.
Get you some.
Good stuff.
That's awesome. Guys, where can they find us?
Hey guys, they can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Rutten River Pursuits. And on YouTube, they can find us at Rutten River Pursuits Podcast. And of course, you can always find us at RuttenRiverPursuits.com.
Go to RuttenRiverPursuits.com.
And guys, don't forget, you can find this episode and every episode that we have done at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio.
I heart those radios.
I know you do, bud.
Guys, thank you for
Thank
your
you,
time
Bucky.
and energy.
Thank you.
This
Good
is
stuff.
it's cool. It's part, like you said, whether it's the Adam Barnes or just being able to text with each other.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Let me
Thanks a
be
lot.
the first to say, rig and weedless.
Oh, you got
I'm focused on where I want to put that shot. I can't look at the head
Sure.
anymore. I'm done.
Well, this is great. This doesn't always
Yeah.
happen, Pick, but I'm actually glad you called.
Thanks, Pick.
And yeah, she only ran maybe 50 yards.
But that nice low exit hole gives you a beautiful trail, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Even a colorblind guy like me can follow a trail like that.
Absolutely.
Right.
Well, I had an easy.
Still.
I had an easy
Bucky's
track
Venetian
job.
blind.
Niche. Still can't see him.
You're on the sidelines now. I love it.
So I so tried. I wanted to. I had a doe out at
You're trying to put horns on her?
Come
on.
Oh, I was going to shoot her.
Okay.
I wanted to so bad. She was just past 40, I'd say.
I don't know.
40-ish.
She's like a cougar.
And yeah, she was.